Yeah, I mean, I think another fantastic rivalry game with the old Davidson Wildcats. They always, in my 8 years of playing these games, have always been some interesting, wild type of games, which makes it a fun. It makes it a lot of fun. It's really enjoyable to be part of games like that. Credit to them, I thought they really caused some disruption early on defensively, and um, they have shot the ball unbelievably well in the games they've played. It was no different tonight, which really put our backs up against the wall, and then we started to find a way to make some shots and get some penetration, which opened some things up, and then we hurt ourselves by not making free throws. So, which possibly could have given us a chance to get across the line. But yeah, two hard playing teams. I think both teams continue to play really hard like that, and then I think we can do some things moving forward. Um, yeah, like I never want to question the teams that I coach when it comes to their competitive spirit ever. I never ever want to question that, regardless of what the score is or what the situation is during games or what the result is towards the end of games. I think it's a behavior that either establishes you as a team that can continue to improve. Um, so the fight that the guys showed tonight was inspirational. I thought it was fantastic. We were in a big hole and we just slowly pegged away. We just tried to take it in little 3 minute, 4 minute games, and could we just dig into their lead? And the guys did a really good job executing some stuff, and um, but just proud of their fight. Like, we can get better if we show that. Now, as I said to them in the locker room, you know, it hurts after a game when you're sitting in the locker room and you're emotional about it and disappointed about it. Well, that same reaction needs to happen in practice when you don't get across the line in games that we play. Like, it's got to hurt. It's got to. That's the competitiveness you've got to have as a team and as an individual. So it's just an experience we learn together. And in this day and age, you've got to learn quickly because you're not together a lot, and that will be an experience that we have to come into practice on Thursday and learn from. We've got a big challenge on Sunday at Virginia Tech, and we're gonna get taught a lot of lessons as we go through this thing. And you want to just get to a point at the end of the year where you've gone through so much together as a team, and you learn from it, and you grow from it week to week. So, yeah, the fight was awesome. Yeah, I thought I didn't think we moved the ball very well off the ball screen. That's one thing. So it just takes away a little bit of rhythm. We did have plenty of wide open shots, and we probably only needed to make a couple of them. And the score at halftime would have been, probably half that, and then you would have been in a totally different ball game. They made six threes, we made one. Like, you got to, this day and age of the game, you got to make shots. You got to work the ball to generate shots, and then you have to be able to make them. And they were wide open shots, and they made theirs, and that was the difference. And then we were able to change things up a little bit. We pressed, we zoned a little bit. I thought it slowed them down a little bit and turns them a little bit more into just a stand around passing team, where when you play the man to man, they back screen, ball screen the screener. They're really trying to score off the cut. There's a lot of movement. Um, so I thought that helped just change the momentum a little bit, and then we're able to make some shots. Oh, no doubt, because I saw Coach McKillop go like that. It's actually a little bit like last year. I think it was a 2 or 3 point game, and we pressed them, and they kicked it to the corner and knocked down a three, and that kind of sealed the deal for them. And then my Kiwi counterpart, Hunter Adams, I grew up there in New Zealand, and he's playing unbelievable hoops right now, and that thing's about this big for him right now, the rim. And he just backed himself and go, I'm sealing the deal, and knocked it down. You got to have some kahunas to go make those shots. And look, he did, and credit to him. And he's obviously playing with a hell of a lot of confidence right now. And I'm happy for him. He's a fellow countryman, obviously, and I know he's been there for a while, and he's just slowly got better and better. And he's obviously providing some senior leadership because he's one of the few that have been there. And it would have been nice if he had missed it, but he didn't. And just the way the game goes sometimes.
That comeback, you were a real catalyst in that, seeing that fight. From a coach perspective, what was the key to that? Did the crowd play a factor feeding into that?
Um, Crowd always plays a factor in late time games like that. But as coach said, us keeping that competitive nature, building that trust in practice. He knows we can be competitive in those times and execute whenever he needs us to and hit big shots. So we practice that all the time in practice. So it's nothing new for us. Just gotta stick to the script, stick to the scout, and do what coach wants us to do.
Damani, back to the Scott's question. What was your reaction when you saw him pull that three?
Reaction was shoot the ball. Trust my shot, trust the shot that I shoot. So shoot the ball. Don't think too much about it. Just shoot it.
Coach, I know this is kind of a $1 million question, but you saw in the Tennessee Tech game that they kind of came back late. This game, y'all on the flip side of that, y'all made the comeback late. How do you put a full game of basketball together? Because I think they're able to do that. I think this team's won a lot of games.
Yeah, I think probably the challenge for a lot of coaches and teams around the country right now is exactly that question you're asking. There's obviously been a heck of a lot of crazy results going around the country, right? And it's just what college basketball is right now. It's a lot of new players. Not a lot of your core players come back. At this level, the guys that were kind of your dudes are now gone, and you bring in other guys that are going to be your dudes, but then and during that process, it's like, well, no, I'm the dude. No, I'm the dude. No, I was the dude here, and then I'm not. My role's different here. Like it's very challenging for the players for sure. But they know what they're signing up for when they come here. Like their roles change, and so that's one factor. Um, Learning new system, like different learning new concepts and the behaviors required to really execute at a high level at both ends of the floor and different style of game, and that's a factor. Um, just figuring out your rotations and what works well together, who works well together. That's a factor. Like it's just you just have to work through it. There's no secret sauce to this. Like there's some things that we've not done well, but been able to keep our head above water and win a couple of games. And, the previous couple of games we shot pretty well. Tonight we didn't. Dug us a hole, but showed great fight. The guys know it's there. Big thing for me is when we show up on practice on Thursday, what's the fight going to be like there? So you show me things. It hurts in that locker room right now. Great. Well, it better hurt on Thursday when we walk into practice, and then Friday, and then Saturday, and then when we go play on Sunday. And those are behaviors that you want to keep driving and pushing forward as you journey through the season.
Kind of going off that point, you talk about figuring out who your dudes are. Damani said next you play 12 minutes tonight, led the team in scoring.
Yep.
What is the, I guess, mix and match of that this early in the season to try and figure out these are the lineups that work late, these are the lineups that much time.
Yeah, just going through. I mean, there's been tough for Damani. Like, I'm being real with you right now. The last, this move for him is a lot different than what he's come from. Um, me coaching him every day is a different challenge. Like I'm on them big time. Um, like he can be a game changer for us if he cuts well and just gets his feet set in the ground and just knocks down shots. What he can do. That's what he needs to do for us with this group. It's just a work in progress for me as well and the staff. Working through things. We've got a couple of guys out injured. Guys are going to come in. You've heard me say this 1,000 times. There's an expectation to perform, and a responsibility to do it. And you're only going to be able to do it if you put the work in every single day. And some guys will move forward faster than others. But when some figure it out, then they can make a real impact on the team. Damani did a great job tonight. He probably proved to himself that he can make an impact on the game in a short period of time. Well, now maybe he gets more of an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, this is how this works. I've been coaching for a long time and obviously coached a lot of pros for a long time, and it's no different at that level too. So I'm just trying to teach them that, but I'm also trying to learn them as well. I don't have all the answers. I'm working them out as well at the same time. So that's what makes it fun.
Coach, last time talked about the crowd, a little disappointed. Kind of generate your own energy as a team. Tonight you could really feel the crowd's energy lean on.
Yeah.
What's your message to them as they come out and support?
Yeah, look, I would be disappointed if the crowd walked out of there going, man, this team doesn't play hard. And I want them to walk out of there knowing that we do play hard and we do play with a great competitive spirit. The energy they bring helps that spirit go even higher and that effort even better. I want this to be an awesome experience for everybody involved. I talk about this all the time. I want this to be a great experience for the players. I want it to be a great experience for the coaches. It's not going to be easy. And there's no better satisfaction than working your ass off and then having success because you put the work in. I want it to be an awesome experience for the students that occupy this campus to come out here and have an unbelievable night getting after the opposition, supporting our guys, demanding effort, the community. It's the same thing with them. Like, we need everybody. We need everybody to come out and support us and make it a place to be. Get out here on campus and the students get in the crowd and just get after it and be crazy and have a lot of fun. And you see it all around the country. And that's what going to college is about. And so we still got work to do to make it better. But tonight was awesome.
It's a learning experience, of course, coming from an American coach to a European coach. He's very smart. Of course, I trust him. Trust his game plan. Trust what he wants me to do. Trust what he has our plan for the team to do. Learning a new system is tough, but just got to trust him and learn and try to pick up all the details, the information that I can, and ask as many questions as possible and pay attention, of course. Just keep learning, that's all.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.